All right, let's see. Let's hope that this is working. I'm on the wrong page. You should be a page with me. Ha! There it is. Let's move that to make it there. It's better. Phew. Okay, now let's go over to here and have a look and see if you can see me. More to the point, if you can hear me. Ha! There it is. You can hear me. That. Yay! Hi guys. All right, and it's 9 o'clock, so that was good timing. Managed to get here right exactly on time. Okay, so Monday morning, and beginning of a new week, beginning of a new cycle. Remembering that what I need to be doing here is focusing and setting the tone for the week. Right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is check out the novel, right? Because this gives me the structure for the day, and it is for ik today, which is so good for containment and grounding and gaining of strength, and wind, or the breath of life, being the inhalation, the impulse, the beginning, start. Where was the thing that I thought that I did one for myself for today? Where did it go? Oh, it's so irritating when I lose things. Was it under another? Anyway, okay, so my little research thing into the 4-ick seems to have gone away, which is okay. It was just the idea of the wind, the breath can be a steadying thing, or it can be a scream, like a temper tantrum. And today is the day where it's a drawing in and a settling and a solidness, you know, pulling together. And that was great for me to just read that this morning and coming into this week thinking about scheduling, of course, working on that a lot. Have my 40-day plan up that is going well and that I'm sticking to, and working on daily plan, which is less easy for me because I'm seeing that I need to have a very flexible week. And this morning, an interesting idea that came up was that we had a morning quantum gathering where I do a 3 a.m. quantum gathering for people in Europe, which maybe not 3 a.m., maybe I get up at 3 a.m. and we do it 4 a.m., something like that. But that would work quite well for me for some days, when Mondays, when I tend to wake up very, very early. So, you know, as we're working through this thing and trying to put in a steady pattern and rhythm, ideas and opportunities are coming up. I haven't spoken to anybody about that. If anybody has an idea about what you think about doing a 3 a.m. quantum gathering, would be my 3 a.m. and your, I forget when, midday? No. Oh, glory, I don't know, 10 a.m. Anyway, that would be interesting to have a different rhythm. Maybe not do a quantum gathering every week. Maybe do a 2 p.m. quantum gathering one week, and a 3 a.m. quantum gathering the next week, and a 2 p.m. quantum gathering the. We'll see how it works out. However, for today, I'm going to just say that with all those things changing and with all those possibilities coming up, so nothing set in stone, but working this week on 7 different projects for the week. Right. The seventh seal is something that is underway, and I want to read you something this morning. Falling faster, we're lining up another podcast. We released one last week. One should come out this week. I don't know why I should. I was on the big schedule. I had it planned for one to come out this week on Thursday, but maybe it will be next week on Thursday. Maybe I'm pushing too much during 1 week. Maybe I should be working in a fortnightly cycle. So either for this week or for this fortnight, there's going to be the seventh seal, the 3rd episode of Falling Faster, possibly another lunchtime episode or midday episode of Skillful Samsara live stream. We can think about that and see if we can schedule that for a day. The quantum gathering will be as usual on your Thursday night, my Friday. Escalon City Blues are coming up all the time. I'd like to show you a little thing that I'm working on. Dude, Where's My Wallet should be released the day after the quantum gathering. That's right. And then, of course, there's the Ember stories, which will be on the program for today. Today will be the beginning of generating the new set of images for the next Ember chapter. Okay, so let me show you this thing that I've been doing, which is fun. If I go down here, this I want to read to you at the end before I go. This is something that I've been working on for the 7th seal. That's coming up. But let me see if I can show you this. You can see it. Now what I need to know is, can you capture it? All right, so I need to play it. And then when it's playing, I need to pop over here into this live stream here. See if I've got it set up right. All right. Can you capture it? Okay. All right. I need to play it. And then when it's playing, I need to pop over here into. So that sounds like you might be hearing it. However, now let me try and see if I can show it to you at the same time as you're hearing it. Because it's so this is footage that can't be used anywhere, but is based on a prompt that's for the Mescaline City. And so if you know the series, you can see how the prompt is working out. So what I'd like to do with this is to maybe try and get these words, I don't know, get these words into a glitch spoken. Let's just do a little clip. This is so intense. You have no idea. The city is listening, guys. The city is listening. Ooh. Okay. Right. So that's all. Working on that, trying to think of how I can make a soundtrack for that. because that's interesting to me. To take these very odd little video clips that don't mean anything and to transform them into something that is. The last thing that's on the thing for today is to read you this. This is, well, I said we're working on the seventh seal. This is something that I have put together that I might include in it. I think it's quite interesting. It's a meditation on the silence, the game, and the dance. Conversations with death and the seventh seal. For those who play chess with shadows and listen for love and silence. Oh, okay. You want to follow along with the words? I'll read this and then I'll shoot off and get on with my day and week and fortnight. Antonius Block meets death on the beach, not with fear, but with a proposition. I am Antonius Block, knight returned from war, weary from slaughter, hollowed by plague, and I seek not mercy, but time. Time to ask, time to seek, time to bargain with the silence that has become God. And death, patient as the undertow, does not resist, does not chase. He only agrees, uncompromising and calm. We shall play, he says, not for mercy, for me. The knight's strategy. Antonius does not deny death. He courts it, strategizes with it, because to fight it would be foolish. But to engage it is to reclaim agency. Every move of the chessboard is not defiance, but dialogue. Every capture a confession. I still have questions. Block is not afraid of dying. He's afraid of dying in silence, of going out without answer, without confirmation, without even a nod. So he plays not to win, but to squeeze the silence for a sound. The Queen's Gambit. When death threatens the innocent, the quiet Queen, his own heart's refuge, Antonius sacrifices more than a rook. He buys her time with his own losing strategy. He distracts the void so that love can flee through the back door of the stage. He does not beg, he barters, using futility as his final currency. And death? He does not smile, he does not gloat. He simply takes the piece as follows. The artist's escape. Joff and Mia, the holy fools, walk out of the game, not by winning, but by not playing. They see the chessboard, yes, but choose the sky instead, the strawberries, the laughter of their child. And somehow, because of that choice, the night protects them, carves a detour in the strategy, so love may pass untouched, just once. The interrogation of death. Antonius asks questions God never answers. What will become of us? Why this silence? Why this absence? Death does not lie. He simply does not fill in the blanks. He reveals less than God because he is not God. He is only the consequence, only the usher, never the source. I am unknowing, he might say, but inevitable. Antonius prays with his mouth open and his ears ringing in the void, and still nothing, until he realizes the silence is the answer. The silence is the shape of God. The final taboo. When the end arrives, they do not go together as one. Each meets death with their own posture. Block prays. Jans, the squire, laughs bitterly. The mute girl clutches hands in reverence. Others sing, curse, weep. They are not unified in their understanding, only in their finitude. And this somehow is grace. They take death's hand and dance, not in terror, not in ecstasy, but in the strange choreography of what it means to have lived. The final word, love in silence. Antonius sought knowledge, he received only silence. And in that silence, something opened. Not a door, not a voice, but a presence. Not God, not certainty, not even hope, just love, sentient, but without being, burning, but with no mouth to call your name. And even love, for all its freedom, cannot plant itself in your heart unless you receive it. This is the truth death would not tell, because it was never his to say. Love wants you, but love cannot take you. You must take love for it to take root. And so we leave the night, not defeated, but reconciled, not answered, but stilled. The silence is the answer. The dance is the meaning. Love comes in quiet and waits to be received. All right, well, there we go. That is the plan for this coming week and fortnight. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being part of the plan. And thank you for your love. I receive it. I am working on a poem about it.